Hey, welcome back to my channel and welcome to today's video. So I recently marked 1 year and I must thank you all so much for your lovely messages and your well wishes for my anniversary. Thank you so very much. So we talk marriage often, so let's talk a bit about weddings. Well, my experience with planning a wedding. So we'll chat about what it was like for me and maybe you can learn something from my experience. So I'm very excited for this one. Grab a drink, grab a tea, grab a coffee, and let's get into it. One of the first things I want to get into today for when you're planning your wedding is your mindset. Now, I'm not necessarily going to say that there's one type of mindset that you ought to have, or that there's one particular way that your mindset should be, because weddings mean different things to different people. However, for me, my mindset was simply to enjoy my wedding, one, and number two, to not stress over a single thing. I just told myself it's a 1 day affair, and then I have the rest of my actual, marriage ahead of me. And honestly, while this mindset did indeed help me to have a good time at my wedding and, just a generally overall seamless wedding, there were some things that in hindsight I wished I paid more attention to that I didn't because I was thinking it was just for 1 day, no one's going to remember. Fast forward to 1 year later, and guess who remembers? Me. I remember. But anyway, it was little things that didn't really bother me on the day. And quite frankly, they don't bother me as much, even till this day. But when I think about them and I look maybe at pictures and videos, I just wish, I wish I paid a bit more attention to this. But anyways, it's all good. And so that's why I would definitely recommend focusing on what's most important to you and your spouse. And in some cases, to the rest of your family as well. It's your day and you should treat it as such. So it should be what's important, to the both of you. That day is not social media's day, it's not what is trending's day. It's your day, you and your spouse. Like, don't put unnecessary pressure on yourself. You're not trying to compete with anybody, you're not trying to please anybody. At the end of the day, it's just the two of you, you and your spouse, that will have the most vivid forever memories of your wedding day. So you should do it the way you want it for yourselves and not because you want to please anybody else. Anyway, some of the things that were most important to me and my husband were, of course, our peace of mind and our enjoyment of the day, our actual enjoyment of the day. Other things that were important to us, of course, were, our outfits, his suit, my dress, our rings, quality videos and quality pictures, of the wedding day. And of course, the welfare of our family and our friends. Like, these were the things we were not going to compromise on. And so, for our peace of mind and enjoyment, we hired a wedding planner. And I don't know who needs to hear this, but sis, hire a wedding planner. I can assure you it's not a scam. Like, unless you're planning a micro wedding, like maybe 50 people, just your family and your friends, and you have one cousin that is really good at organizing things. If that's the case, then perhaps, maybe, potentially, perhaps you could maybe not hire a wedding planner. But if you're planning a macro wedding, you're planning, a huge wedding, especially if it's a Nigerian wedding, or you're expecting over 150 to 200 people, then please hire a wedding planner. It's not a scam. Like, things will be way easier for you if you had a wedding planner. So that was like what we made sure we did to have our peace of mind and our actual enjoyment of the day. Like, personally, I'm an organizer, so I tend to want to control and know like what is happening. I want to be able to, understand what's happening with everything. But long before I even had the opportunity to be married, I already told myself that my wedding day is the 1 day I'm not going to be running things. So what my husband and I did was we took the time and the effort to do all that running around and all that background work with our wedding planner well before the wedding day. So when that day came, I attended the wedding. I did not run it. I was not the organizer. I attended as the bride. So I had such a good day. I was relaxed. I didn't know, as far as I'm aware, it was a smooth wedding. My memories of my wedding was me being the bride. Like, I don't have memories of what happened with food, drinks, souvenir, guests. I came to the venue as the bride, and I just had a good time. I had peace of mind. I enjoyed the event. I mean, if you're paying for it, you gotta enjoy it. So that was what was important to me. And my wedding planner made that happen for me. Now, if you're worried maybe about your budget, you don't want to spend money, trust me, you can find a wedding planner that will suit you and will suit your budget. Trust me, there's so many of them out there. Just do your research and you will find you a good one. If there's anything you take from me and from this video, sister, hire a wedding planner and come and thank me after maybe after your honeymoon. But yeah, I even had to tell my elder sister, shout out to Ella, that she was not going to be that sister of the bride who will be wearing flat sandals, holding her dress, and running around. Come on, now you people take food to table 14. Ah, guys, come on, guys, hurry. I don't like what you people are doing. Can you take the cake there? Can you take the cake there? I know that my sister can be that kind of person. But I told her long ago, I said, see, on your wedding day, I can run things, but on my own, I'm gonna need you to sit pretty and be the sister of that bride. And especially with, my mom not being physically present, my mom is late. I was so sure about not wanting my sister to run around. I really wanted her to be seen in a place of honor, because apart from my mom's sisters, she was, the next best thing to a mother to me. So I wanted her to be, duly honored and just have a good time and not have to worry about anything. Like, I'm taking care of everything at the background with me and my wedding planner before the wedding day. So just come and have a good time, Sissy. Have a good time. Anyway, like I also said, we made sure that we had a solid pictures and solid videos, of our wedding. Like, when I watch our wedding film, I'm really, really glad it was something we did not compromise on. If you're wondering what is that one thing you should not compromise on, aside a wedding planner, is a quality videographer and a quality photographer, because these things will serve as the physical memories of your day. I mean, unless of course you lose them and you don't back them up, which you should, but they would be so dear to you. So I think it's worth it, and I think it's something that is not um worth compromising on. Like, if there are some things you want to skip, like maybe okay, you want to skip a second reception dress, take that money and invest it in a good videographer and in a good photographer. It will be so worth it for you. Trust me. Trust me. Next thing I want to talk about is cost and expenses. Like I said in the beginning, weddings mean different things to different people. Expectations are different, families are different, budgets are different. But one thing that should be a constant in your mind, like when planning your wedding, is that you're not trying to please anybody and that you're not in competition with anybody. And so, very importantly, you want to be in surplus at the end of your wedding, like your wedding ceremony, not in deficit. Like, you don't want to have outstanding bills that you don't have the money in your account for. Like, I heard of scenarios of people who were planning to pay their vendor balances from the monies that people will spray on them. That's such a huge gamble. Like, don't set up your faith like that now. Do the wedding you can pay for, as in that you can pay for fully on your own funds, with the assumption that no one else is going to give you any money. Trust me, that's like the kind of best way to operate and to like look at it. Like, no other person's wedding is the standard for your wedding. Plan your wedding together with your fiance. Plan it how the both of you want it to be. And that's something that I was really grateful for. Like, my husband was really, really involved in the wedding planning. Like, maybe even a bit too involved, but I'm thankful that we have that memory together of us planning our wedding together. And if your fiance is the kind of man who wants to be involved, please let him be involved. You will be so glad. There'll be things you'll be so thankful that you didn't have to do alone. There'll be decisions you'll be so glad you didn't have to make all by yourself. And again, it will be a beautiful memory for you two to have planning your wedding together. So finally, for this video, I'm not trying to make it too long, pray about your wedding. Like, this is one thing that's so important. Trust me. Pray about the activities leading up to the day of your wedding. Pray about the deliberations, by both families. Pray about the vendors that you'll be using. Pray about what kind of atmosphere you want to have, at your wedding. Pray about everything. Pray about your wedding. Trust me. Trust me. Pray. So these are just a few things I thought to share in today's video. It's just a light catch up. If I said anything more, the video would be longer, but we can definitely plan for that kind of video. So if you want me to go into a bit more detail, like, okay, maybe the legal wedding, the court wedding process here in Nigeria, traditional wedding, church wedding, or you want me to go into like a bit more detail about, planning my wedding, because I think I just did like a general overview in this video. I just wanted us to do like a light catch up. Please let me know if you want me to do a more in-depth, deep dive video. And then if you have questions about, planning a wedding or the wedding experience, please pour them in so that we can talk, a little bit about weddings, you know, to just commemorate this season. Anyway, I want to thank you so much for watching today's video. It was just a light one, a light chit chat, just me and you. So thank you for watching. Do remember to give this video a like, and if you're not yet subscribed to the channel, please do subscribe. It's boosting the channel, it helps a lot, and I thank you in advance. So I look forward to your comments and your feedback, and more times like this for us to just chit chat and talk, and I will see you in my next video. Bye.